Hello, beautiful souls. Before we dive into today's episode, I want you to take a moment and think about the last time a small act of kindness brought a smile to your face. Maybe it was a compliment from a stranger, a friend checking in on you, or a simple gesture of support when you needed it most. These moments might seem insignificant at first glance, but they hold the power to uplift and transform our lives in the most beautiful ways. Today, we are going to explore how this small act of love can create ripples of positivity and connection in our world. Let's journey together into the act of love and discover the incredible impact we can make with just a little kindness. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Heart, where we explore the intersection of faith, love, and personal development. I'm your host, Olatomi. It's been a little while since we last connected. I have missed sharing this heart to heart space with you. Life sometimes takes us on unexpected journey, and I took a brief pause to recharge and reflect. I hope during this time you all have been finding moments of peace and inspiration in your own lives. Now, I'm thrilled to be back, bringing you fresh insights and heartfelt conversation. Today's episode feels especially meaningful as we dive into the topic of small acts of love impacting lives with simple gestures. In our fast-paced world, we often overlook the power of small acts of love. We think that making a difference requires grand gestures, but sometimes the smallest actions have the greatest impact. Consider the smile from a stranger on a tough day, a kind word spoken in passing, or a helping hand extended in a moment of need. Look, this simple act can create ripples of kindness and compassion that spread far beyond what we can imagine. You already know we will look into a scripture to back each and every topic we have on this space. 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 to 5 reminds us that love is patient, love is kind, it is not self-seeking. This scripture teaches us that love doesn't have to be extravagant to be meaningful. It's about the kindness and patience we show in everyday moments. Imagine just a little word, how it can brighten the life of people, how it can change people's perception from the way they see themselves. I would like to share a personal story from my recent time away. On my way from the office some days back, there's this old woman in the bus. She didn't have complete amount to pay to the driver. Then when she gave the man the money that she had, the man was like, "No, you can't tell me that. When you don't have money, why are you inside the bus?" I just told the guy, "Since you have my change at hand, add it to our own money and just let's go in peace." You need to see the smile on that old woman's face. I had this peace. I was very happy that I could extend the hand of love to someone. I felt very proud of myself. I didn't even know that she came with somebody, but that person wasn't going to where we were going to. The person came to meet her and say, "Mama, have you explained to the driver that this is the amount of money you have?" And she said that she has done it, but the guy did not accept that this sister actually helped me out. You need to see how they were pouring prayers. I just can't put it into words how I felt. I can't put it into words. I was just happy. I was happy to the extent when I got home, I had to tell people in the house that this is what I did. It felt like I did something big, even with that small change I added to our transport fare. It felt like I have done something that I've never done before. I could look at her face and I could see how happy she was. Right in that same space, the guy beside me still gave her 1,000 naira to add places that she's going to when she gets to the last bus stop. No, guys, extending the hand of love or showing an act of kindness to people can not only give that person or bring that person happiness, can also bring you yourself a high level of happiness. This experience reminded me of how these small gestures can lift our spirit and renew our hope even during challenging times. It's amazing how a little kindness can make such a big difference. This personal story I just shared shows that even the small gestures can have a profound impact on someone's life. We never know the struggles others are facing, and that's for a fact. But our small act of love can provide encouragement and support. I want you to have a personal reflection right now. Like, reflect on a time when a small act of kindness made a difference in your life. How did it make you feel? What impact did it have on your day or on your outlook? Let's take a look at this beautiful scripture in Galatians 5, verses 13. It encourages us to serve one another humbly in love. Let me take that again so that that scripture can hit you where it's supposed to hit you. Serve one another humbly in love. We see that this scripture reminds us that love is about serving others and putting their needs before our needs. You don't know the little thing that you do that can reshape people. You don't know the little words that you can say to someone, word of kindness, the acts of love that you can express to someone, and it can change their entire world. They can be battling with one insecurity for years, but just a single statement from you can make them appreciate their beauty, can make them appreciate their inner self, their outer look. Just that statement. I wish there is a way that we can put those feelings into words, or there is like an English in the dictionary to describe those moments. It's so amazing. You know when you are battling with something and you just don't see the right things in the thing you are battling with. And even if somebody even give you a lot of compliments, it takes time before those compliments sit and germinate in you. You can keep battling with that thing. Even you yourself can know that you look beautiful. You know you look nice this particular time. But before you know, you'll be like, oh, I hope I'm okay. Oh, I hope I'm not lean. Oh, why is my face somehow? Just act of love. It's not about only yourself. In this life that we're even living, for a fact, you don't need to even fine. I know you need to be after your own pace, after your own life. You need to look after yourself, have a time for yourself, self-care and all. I know. But you attending to only your own needs shows that you are selfish, shows that you are self-centered. And that's not how God wants us to act. He said, serve one another humbly in love, meaning that put the needs of others before yourself. Even when I helped that woman, to be sincere, I was already thinking, how am I going to get home with this remaining cash on me? But I didn't even care later. I was like, I know I'm going to get home. I just know I'm going to get home. That happiness from that woman's face made my night. Extending the act of kindness to people. You personally, you can't tell me you've not received compliments, like nice compliments from people. You can't tell me that even with you have a particular friend that you've not talked to for a very long time, like you guys have not even seen yourself for a very long time. All of a sudden, the person is calling you. The first thing that will come to your mind is, oh, this person actually remember me. Why is she calling? What exactly happened? Before you know, you start feeling, I hope she's fine. I hope she's okay. Or what is she calling me for? Or what is he calling me for? Then you pick the call and the words you are hearing is, it's been a while I've heard from you. I know we've not been talking and we've been busy with lives and everything, but your name just popped up to my heart and I said, no, I'm going to give you a call today to know how you are faring. Chat alone can put a smile on your face. Let me just tell you, only if you want to hide those things, if you are those one part of those people that are doing hard guy. There's no how that when you see somebody close to you tell the person, oh, I haven't received a call from this friend of mine for a very long time. And Like she actually remember me, even with all these things that is going on in this world. My name, like she said my name popped up in her heart, or he said my name popped up in his heart. That is the act of love. You don't need to be told. You don't need for them to spell it out to you. That is the act of love. It's as simple as that. It's not until when you get the person something big. Now let's look at it with our spiritual fathers and spiritual mothers, like our mentors, people that we look up to spiritually. Now, we always feel like if we don't give them something big, we've not done anything. Let me tell you something. Even buying them ordinary 500 naira recharge card can put a smile on their face. Like during that period, the credit that you send, even as small as it is, allow them to make some important calls for some couple of hours or couple of minutes. Now tell me, little things that you do brings happiness into the life of others. You don't need to wait until, let me until when I get the person this big house, then the person will appreciate it more. The person will see that I love her. The person will see that I'm showing the heart of kindness to him or her. No, fine. I'm not saying that doing something big is a bad idea. It's fine. It's very much fine. But I want you to also look at it this way, that the littlest things that you do can also make their day, can also brighten their moods. So many people are moving with a lot. They walk on the streets, you see them on the main road. They have a lot of mood swings, they have a lot of heavy heart. But you just looking at them and saying, oh, I know you are going through something like this, but I want to remind you that you are special, you are not forgotten. God is with you, He cares about you, He loves you, He cherishes you. Do you know what that statement has done in the life of that person? Even if the person did not express it at that moment, if the person doesn't even ease and walk out, that person, as the person walked out, the person is thinking about it as he or she is going. There's no how that person will not look back to see what I'm actually going to see actually showing on me, or this person just want to show this act of kindness. There's no how that person will keep going with those words. The word will be ringing over and over and over and over in the person's head. And before you know, it can change their perspective. It can change their mind, their emotions. That mood swing will vanish and they'll just start smiling. That's what I want you to know. That the little thing that you do goes a long way. It's not when you do something big. Even when Jesus Christ came to the earth as a human being like us, did you see it anywhere in the Bible that he was spraying money or doing something? He was doing things, healing people. Those little things change people, helped people, build people's faith, make people believe in the one true God, make people decide to be a follower of Christ, even with all the old distractions or negative or side talks from other people. That should tell you that the act of love, the act of kindness goes a long way. It doesn't have to be big. Little thing also matters. I feel I should share some points on how to practice small acts of love. We might know all this, but it's not bad to remind ourselves of important information like this. And that is why this space, this heart to heart space, is a home for all and a home of love. So we keep extending that hand. I think the first thing to practice when showing the act of love to people is send a thoughtful message. Even if you are not the type that loves to call, to talk long on the phone, just a message of encouragement, a message of motivation, a message of inspiration, a message of love, a message of care, a message of kindness can go a long way. That is why it is tagged a thoughtful message. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. A simple message saying you are thinking of them can brighten their day. A simple message saying, oh, I thought of you now, I hope you are fine, can brighten their day. A simple message of, oh, remember that even with all these storms and the challenges you are going through, I still love you and I still have you at heart. That message can brighten the day of another person. The second thing is offer a listening ear. This one is very much important. I was having a conversation with my sister and she was telling me, do I know that there's a difference between you hearing somebody and you listening to somebody? You hearing the person is you're just hearing the person talking, but you listening to the person is you understanding their emotion, understanding where their pain is coming from, understanding them more better on a deeper level. Take a time to listen to someone who needs to talk. Your presence and empathy can make a world difference. So many people are going through with a lot of things with heavy heart, and all they are looking for is who they can pour out their mind. Even if you don't have a solution, they just want to be heard. They just want you to understand, to share from their emotions, whether you have gone through what they are going through presently or you've not even smelt it before, or the one you are going through is way different from their own level. Just try to offer a listening ear. It goes a long way. It can make our world a place of difference. The third thing for me will be express gratitude. We talked about this in our last episode, expressing gratitude to God and expressing gratitude to people around us, and how thank you is. If you haven't listened to that episode, tell me why you have not listened to it. Okay, I'm not angry. Just go listen to it. What I mean by express gratitude is thank someone for the role they play in your life. A heartfelt thank you can strengthen relationship and show appreciation. Thank someone for the role they played in your life. You have some people around you presently that they are acting like a friend, as a sister, as a brother, as a companion, as someone that you could call on, talk to anytime. They give you this listening ear. They always make themselves available for you. You need to express gratitude. That simple two word, thank you, goes a long way. You don't know how that word is very big. Like whether you like it or not, that word is very big. Someone cannot be helping you or making themselves available to you multiple times, and you keep stabbing them at their back. You saying that thank you strengthens the relationship. Give that person that chance. When you are in need, they will be there. When you are going through something, they'll be there. When you just want silence, and but you want somebody presence to be there, they'll be there. That's the meaning of them making themselves available. So you need to know how to express gratitude. The fourth thing for me will be volunteer your time. Offer to help a friend or a neighbor with a task. Your support and assistance can elevate their burden. Even if it's just by helping them to carry their bag, even if it's just by giving them a glass of water, helping them to get something outside, those kind of things also help. Those kind of things are part of you impacting their life positively, reminding them that I know you can do this by yourself, but just let me do this for you. Let me help you with this. Let me just carry this for you. Especially when you see someone carrying a lot of things in their hand, elderly people, you can offer to help them to carry their bag to wherever they are going to and leave. It's not about expecting to receive something in return. Just to let yourself have peace, to help them to ease their own pain. That's what it's for. That's just what it's for. This fifth one, we made mention it as we were talking. So let me just say it again. Share a compliment. Compliment someone on their efforts or achievements. It's like you recognizing their hard work, and it can boost their confidence and motivation. If it's that you have like a friend that is well hardworking, she doesn't even give, or he doesn't even give himself space to rest, you can just share a compliment. Let them know that they are hardworking. Let them know that even with everything that they are doing, they are seen, they are well recognized, they are remembered, they are loved, they are cared for. There are a lot of things you can use to compliment people. Their outfits, their inward attitude that you see, things that there are a lot of things that you can compliment people for. So learn to share a compliment. It's not hard. It's just a little bit of breath, and that's it. It's out in the air, and the person will be happy. You as well will be happy. Don't forget to always serve one another humbly in love, just as Galatians 5 verses 13 as encourages us. You know that practicing small acts of love not only impacts others but also contributes to our personal growth. It helps us develop empathy, compassion, and a deeper understanding of the people around us. When we make kindness a habit, we cultivate a heart of gratitude and become more attuned to the needs of others. This in turn strengthens our relationship and brings more love and positivity into our lives. Now, we are going to take another personal reflection. So, think about how practicing small acts of love can enhance your personal growth, how it can help you become a more compassionate and loving person. We as human beings, especially when we claim to be a child of God, we need to learn how to love. We need to learn how to extend the hand of love to people. If love wasn't important to Christ, it won't be mentioned in the Bible multiple times. It won't be mentioned for you to love God with all your heart, with all your mind. It won't be mentioned for you to serve God, to honor God. It won't be mentioned in the Bible that you should love others just as Christ has loved you. So that's to let you know that love is very important. And when you're talking about love, in the Bible, it said God is love. That's the thing. Love is very important to Christ. And as we are like Christ and we must act like Christ, we must learn to extend the hand of love to people. We must make sure we do those things, not just for praises or appraisal, for people to see that you are doing it. It's just for you to grow more. Your personal growth is all that matter. For you to be more compassionate, for you to be loving, for you to have a deeper connection with people, for you to have this spirit of empathy, and so on. That is what small act of love entails. Hey guys, as we conclude today's episode, I encourage you to embrace the power of small acts of love. Remember that even the simplest gesture can make a significant impact. It's through these small acts that we create a ripple effect of love and kindness in the world. So, let me give you a takeaway, like a bonus gift, you know. Reflect on how you can incorporate small acts of love into your daily life. What simple gestures can you do to others or to people around you? How can you make a positive impact in your community? And also a bonus scripture. In 1 John 4 verse 19, this scripture reminds us that we love because he first loved us. Let this scripture inspire you to share love with others, knowing that we are loved by God. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Heart to Heart. If you have enjoyed our conversation so far, please follow us on our social media page. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. And you can also follow the host on our own personal page. Leave a review after listening to this episode. And this one is the most important. We must not be selfish. So share this podcast with your friends and loved ones, including strangers. Until next time, stay blessed and continue to spread love wherever you go. Goodbye.